Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Continuously Refined. I'm Shayna,
And I'm Cicely.
and today we have a very special guest. This is Zane.
Hey guys.
Welcome to the podcast. We're so happy to have you on today.
Happy to be here. Big fan.
We met Zane about a year ago. We
Yeah.
were going down to Austin for Easter. We were making the trek down there, and I think the funniest thing that I remember from that trip is when we stopped and how we kind of started talking about health and wellness. We had stopped at Trader Joe's on our way down and all got like snacks and goodies. And we're in the car and now we're continuing on getting to the house. And you had offered everyone your like mango slices or whatever you had got. And I was like, oh no, I'm okay. I'm good. And you were like, there's no added sugar. And I was like,
Just randomly throws in that
I
comment.
was like, wait, what? I've never heard a guy ever say there's no added sugar in this. And I think from there we had started the conversation and we talked about it like all weekend long.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I got kombucha too. So
Oh, the kombucha probably gave it away too. And
yeah,
I was like,
another
okay,
tell.
there's something about this guy. Like he cares about his health and wellness. And
Very
I have so
much.
many questions.
Yeah. Well, I'm open book, so love to share. I think it's awesome
So
what you
many
guys are doing,
questions.
talking about it.
Yeah, it's really great.
Yeah, so we'll start with kind of what inspired and kind of kicked off your journey with health and wellness.
Sure. So I don't think I ever ate poorly growing up, but
Okay.
I wasn't super health conscious, I'd say.
Mm.
So my mom made most meals, which I loved. I love having family dinners, and I think that's like the first step.
Mm-hmm.
To being healthy is just cooking your own food. And,
Yeah.
I think having dinner with your family is an amazing thing for a lot of different reasons that goes beyond health. But that
Mhm.
was always something that was important in my household. So my mom made good meals but they weren't always, what I would make today or what she would make today.
Mm.
Like we would have the occasional Kraft mac and cheese and
Oh, for
wouldn't
sure.
really bat an eye,
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it. And kids like, they love that sort of food, partially because I think they grow up on it and then they kind of get addicted to it.
Yes, exactly.
That was kind of the household I grew up in. And then my junior year of high school, my mom got breast cancer, and that was a huge thing for my family,
Mhm.
obviously, and
Yeah.
changed a lot of the ways that we lived. And a big part of that was health. My
Mhm.
mom she'd always been gut health aware
Mm-hmm.
because she's had some health complications in the past. So she had gone through like a gut journey to get her gut
She
right.
did. Mhm.
'Cause she grew up and her mom probably gave her worse food. Sorry, grandma. She does not know what Spotify is, so she won't listen to this, but okay, I can say that. But she really focused on getting it right
Yeah.
when she was raising, like breastfeeding my brother and I.
Uh-huh.
So she wanted to get her gut right. So she was in a good place to lean into it when she
Okay.
got
Yeah.
diagnosed. But she really took the next step and started reading all these books and really changed our entire pantry, how we cooked,
Okay.
how we, ate. And that passed along to me.
Hmm.
And it was great to hear all that right before college. Also, my mom is 100% cancer free now,
So
praise God.
incredible. Yeah,
Awesome.
praise the Lord.
But that's something that stayed with us and
Okay.
been something that's really cool, how God's kind of redeemed our family through her in
Mm.
that health
Hmm.
journey. So that kind of kicked it off. And really, like, the two words that were said most often in my house from that time was like, well, one, like, praise God, and then two, gut health, I'd say.
Gut health. Yep.
She loves gut health. I think every single birthday gift I gave her is something with like gut health. And
Okay.
a coffee mug that
Fun.
said, love your guts, stuff like that. But yeah, that's kind of what kicked it off. And I've made it my own. And
Mm.
honestly, just a preface for this podcast, I'm not the most scientifically sound. I haven't
Yeah.
read the books. I haven't, but I've felt personally
Mm-hmm.
the effects that food has on, just your energy levels, how you perform, how you think,
Yeah.
how often you get sick. So I
Yeah.
think for
Hmm.
me, like, I love hearing the stuff because my mom will tell me the stuff she reads in her books, and
Yeah.
my girlfriend, like, she's pre-med, she's studying all that stuff. She's really into it. So I hear all the facts. But for me personally, what's most convincing for me is how I felt through it.
Yes. And like those applicable things that you can change in your life. And I think we're in the same
For sure.
place. Like
Yeah.
we are no doctors. We are not studying this in school, but it's
Yeah.
like, how can we take our life experiences, make these changes, see the effects of them, and then like just share them with other people in practical ways. And so I
Yeah.
think that's really what I got when we were talking that weekend about
Yeah.
all the health things. It's like, wow, you've transformed your life and seen all these changes. And it's really awesome.
Thank you.
Really awesome.
Yeah.
So you've kind of been on this like all throughout college, like even when you came to college, or was it really once you got off campus and had your own kitchen? Like how did that affect it also? Because that was a big thing for us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Was
for
the dining
sure.
hall.
I mean, I think freshman year I probably got sick like 8 times.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Same.
I knew something needed to change.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd say, I really entered my gym bro era during COVID.
Yes.
So I kind of came into TCU with that kick. Like, I want to maximize my macros by getting the most protein. I
Okay.
didn't really care how. It's like whey protein, give it to me.
Mm-hmm.
Chick-fil-A sandwiches, 36 grams of protein. Yeah, absolutely. I'll take 2 spicy chicken sandwiches.
Yep.
So I
Protein.
ate Chick-fil-A every single day. And obviously at TCU, it's like so accessible and
Yeah.
part of your
Yes.
meal plan, and it's right by your dorm. So I was eating a lot of Chick-fil-A, and I wasn't eating, I'd have the occasional, I don't know, dessert or whatever. And it wasn't like I was eating poor. I wasn't getting crumble every night.
Yeah.
But I wasn't super mindful of it freshman year.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I'm getting sick so often. Like something needs to change.
Mhm.
Talked to my mom about it, and I was like, all right, I'm just gonna. First thing I did was I cut added sugar from my
Mhm.
diet.
Okay.
And that was due to the sickness thing.
Yeah.
And then due to canker sores, if anyone
Okay.
knows what those
Yeah.
are.
From added sugars.
Yeah, I would
Wow.
notice I'd get them a lot from added sugars. My dad gets them a lot.
Interesting.
They're not herpes, I promise. There's mouth sores that
Yeah.
happen, like acidity levels
Uh-huh.
affect it.
Yeah.
And I would get them really bad, and they're so annoying for anyone that has experienced them. So that was one thing. And then acne. I had like really bad acne
Yes.
freshman year. And I
Uh-huh.
was like, I'm just gonna try this. And I did that, and I drank celery juice every morning. Still do.
Oh.
'Cause
I love that.
I don't know, I heard that was good.
Yeah.
Good for me. I don't know the science behind
Good
it.
for the
Works for me.
gut. Good for the
Probably
gut.
good for the gut.
Yeah.
So that's how it started. It
Okay.
probably end of freshman year.
Mhm.
Okay.
Stopped eating Chick-fil-A, and then sophomore year, was much more mindful of it at
Mhm.
TCU. For all the TCU listeners, would go to Magnolia
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
the time.
That's what we
Like,
started doing.
love
Yeah.
their food. And the food's pretty good, but
Yeah.
health.
It worked.
It's good.
Our favorite was that you had to use like 2 meal swipes if you wanted an actual
Oh my
amount of
gosh.
protein.
I would run out like
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I'm like,
Wednesday,
fast.
I'm gonna
Thursday.
need more chicken. She's like, that'll be 2 meal swipes. Okay.
Yeah,
For 2 chicken breasts.
Yeah.
All right, fine.
it's
Give it to me.
crazy. It's crazy, but apparently Blue 3.
Yes.
Yeah, the new
good.
one.
Is the
Yeah.
good. Yeah. So kind of jumping into like nutrition nowadays and like what are some of those key things that you focus on? Like still protein levels? Are you looking at into like macros or not eating like anything processed, all natural? I know is something we kind of had talked about in the past as well.
Yeah, I'd say whole foods for me. It's like that's my golden rule. So
Mhm.
something the whole food. If I can go to the store and I can get it and I know where it came from, like amazing, fair game.
Okay.
And I try not to cook with seed oils or don't cook with seed oils.
Yeah.
But even if I'm going to a restaurant, like I'm not crazy fixating over the whole seed oil thing.
Okay.
Mhm.
I don't think they're good, but whole foods is how I prioritize my diet. A lot of that looks like ground beef, staple in my house, and I've been on a cauliflower rice kick recently.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
That's
Pretty
good for
good.
you.
Pretty good.
I always
But
forget about that. I like go
Yeah.
in waves of order, like getting it at the store, and then I'm like, I forgot about it again.
It's pretty good. Super convenient. Frozen Costco, big
Okay.
bag
Do you like zhuzh it up at all or
for sure.
okay, what are
Yeah.
we doing with the cauliflower
Uh,
rice?
Grilled onions.
Oh.
It's like Mexican grilled onions, cilantro, some peppers.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Nice.
like to make my rice good. Same with like if I'm doing regular rice, do
Yeah.
bone broth, chicken broth.
Yeah.
Yes, we love the
Really
bone broth
helps get
rice.
protein.
Mhm.
But yeah, whole foods. I love eating fruit. I eat a lot of fruit every
Okay.
day.
Yeah.
Apples and bananas, super cheap at the store. Have one of those a day.
Okay.
Chomps are good for snacks.
Do you love a chomp stick?
Kind of sporadic, but I love to grill too.
Yeah.
Nice.
So any of the meat I think is great. I love chicken thighs. are my
Chicken thighs
favorite.
are better than a breast. We were saying this last night.
100%.
Ryan and I were talking about it.
100%.
I agree.
Yeah.
Have you hopped on the beef tallow trend? Do you use beef tallow as any like an oil?
Not to cook.
Okay, not to cook.
I use ghee butter
Yeah.
a lot
Okay.
of the time. And then, avocado oil
Yeah.
sometimes if it's a good one. Same with olive oil. But I do use tallow for my skin.
Okay.
So my
Yeah.
mom makes like homemade tallow
She does.
lotion, which is
That's
really good,
awesome.
and sunscreen that has
I
Wow.
zinc in
use the
it.
sunscreen.
Oh yeah,
But not, does she make it homemade or do you have?
homemade. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
Oh, good for her. That is incredible.
yeah. No, it's very nice.
That's incredible.
Nice.
Yeah.
So when you get a lot of your products here, when you go grocery shopping and stuff, what are some of the things you look for to avoid? Or like I know we've talked about the milk, how you get your milk and where you get that. If you kind of want to go into that and explain that
Yeah,
to them.
I love my milk. On Thursday mornings from 10 to 11 a.m. at Burgundy's in Fort Worth local meat market, you can get raw milk from an Amish farmer
That's
from the back of
awesome.
his truck. It sounds sketchy,
Yeah.
but it's not. It's
Yeah.
good. And raw milk, I mean, probably one of the more controversial things out
Yeah.
there
Mm-hmm.
right now, but
Yeah.
there's also a wave of it coming back. And my
Yeah.
basic understanding of it is the pasteurization process heats up the milk and it, eliminates some bacteria, some bad bacteria,
Hmm.
but a lot of good bacteria too that helps your body process it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I mean, bird flu is a real thing. You can
Yeah.
get these illnesses from drinking raw milk.
Yes.
But in my opinion, if I know where I'm getting it from, if I'm getting it from this Amish farmer in Fort Worth where they have humane conditions where the cows are roaming free, and
Hmm.
if one cow has an illness and
Correct.
whether it'll pass along. So, in my mind, it's very safe.
Mhm.
I don't know about on the store level if someone could scale it. I think that might be hard.
Yeah.
But to go and know where it's coming from, I
Yeah.
love. And I'm not lactose intolerant,
Hmm.
but my body doesn't respond super well to lactose.
Okay.
I have no effects when I drink raw milk or raw cheese.
Insane. Yeah.
Versus,
That's really cool.
regular cheese. So that's something too. Raw cheese I'll get at the store.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Central Market has really good Parmesan
Oh.
Reggiano.
Yep. I've started I completely had eliminated dairy from my diet and have started to bring it back in. And I think that raw milk side is something I need to get into.
Yeah.
I'm just scared. I'm hesitant, but
Yeah.
I need to get on it. I need
No,
to
it's
go
fair.
visit this Amish farmer.
Yeah,
know.
and I'll give a little shout out to Fort Worth Cattle Co.
Okay.
Sarah Wagner, shout out. She's working for them right now. I don't know a ton about them. She
Yeah.
explained it a little bit to me, but they have and they're like a middleman between Fort Worth ranchers
Yeah.
and distribute it and
Okay.
deliver it to your door. So I think
Nice.
that's something I'll look into. And she
Yeah.
said they're getting it in raw milk, so that'd be
Wow.
more convenient than
That's awesome. Are they
picking it up.
doing
Amish.
butchery meats and things like
Yeah.
that as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's pretty good.
Yeah,
Very
that's
good.
Grass fed,
awesome.
grass finished.
Yes. It's
Mhm.
got to
Yeah.
be. That's what I've started getting. And you can notice a quality in the meat. I mean, it's different. It tastes
Yeah.
better. The levels of the vitamins and things that are in it too are completely different, I think, when it's
Absolutely.
grass fed and finished.
Yeah, I would agree. Are your go-to stores like Costco, Central Market? Do you do any kind of Trader Joe's or Sprouts?
Trader Joe's I tend to avoid. I
Yeah.
think they have good stuff, but I think a
Mhm.
lot. I think they're really good at branding and
Yeah.
marketing.
Oh, 100%.
It kind of makes it look like a mom and pop shop
Mhm.
Yeah.
when in reality I don't think it is. But Kroger's so convenient because it's
It
right
is.
there.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'll go to Kroger and get my certain things that I want from Kroger,
Mhm.
Central Market, and then if I'm picking up for the month or if I'm getting meat, I'll go to Costco.
Okay. You get your
Yeah.
meat from Costco?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm not following it very strictly.
Yeah.
I'll get
Mhm.
it from wherever.
It's fair.
Yes. So you had touched on earlier and the emphasis of your mom and gut health. Can you tell us your opinion on gut health or certain things that you do on a daily basis to improve your gut health? If you're
Yeah.
focusing on that?
I mean, it's super important. I can't sit here and tell you the facts,
Yeah.
but I do
It
know
is.
that when I
Uh-huh.
prioritize my gut health and that a lot of that's through probiotics,
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel a lot better. So I do. I have, a glass of kombucha every day. That's
Okay.
kind of the practical thing.
Yeah.
And then kefir. I
Mm-hmm.
like kefir. Kefir's really good. I'll drink it on its own. I'll drink it in a smoothie.
Okay, actually.
The best use of kefir is as marinating your meat in it. So
Oh,
chicken,
really?
interesting.
it's amazing. Buttermilk is more
Yeah.
widely known.
Okay.
You marinate the chicken in buttermilk
Buttermilk.
overnight.
Yeah.
Kefir is amazing. I don't know how much of the probiotics in. I'm sure some of them
Some of
do,
them,
but
yeah.
just the taste alone is amazing. So
Might have to try this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good to know.
it's good. I don't take probiotic pills Maybe I
Okay.
should look into that.
I
But
do. I take them. I keep
okay.
them in like the fridge. So they're like live probiotics. And I
Oh,
take one a day.
dang.
Hmm
Do you buy them
Yeah.
refrigerated?
You
Scary.
buy 'em. No, they have them. Like I get mine at Whole Foods.
Oh,
They
that's
have it
funny.
at Sprouts. It's in the fridge. It's like a little tiny pill. It's your
Oh,
probiotics.
wow.
Yeah.
I'll check that out.
hmm
There you
It's
go.
good. Do you
It's
guys drink
good.
kombucha?
I do. I don't do it every day.
Okay.
No.
But I do frequent I do love a good
Nice.
kombucha.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
It's
I
good
probably
for
get
me.
like 1 or 2 for the week normally.
Yeah. I need
Cool.
to eat more fermented foods. I know they are so good for your gut, like the
So tough.
fermented pickles or
Yeah.
the sauerkraut or the kimchi.
Ugh, I don't like
Yeah.
any of those things though. It's
I
just so
don't
tough.
either.
It's so good for you.
I know it's so good. My mom has it all the time.
Yeah.
She called them stinky vegetables growing up.
Yeah.
Or maybe we called them that. And
You called them that.
she reclaimed it from us.
So funny.
Yeah, I tried sauerkraut for a little while. Costco has that huge bin.
Yes.
Or not sauerkraut, kimchi.
Kimchi. Uh-huh.
They probably have sauerkraut too, but
Yep.
I can do it.
The big
No.
thing. Big thing. We've kind of, I know, talked about not a little bit controversial here. We're changing topics. About the awesome things that Casey and Calley Means have been doing, as well as RFK Jr. Passing legislation, all about helping, like improving our public health in America. And I think they're one of the first people to really bring awareness around the topic and like this massive issue that we are having with how easy it is to get really processed food and the chronic disease and illness and rising cancer rates. So I think we can talk a little bit about that. Not too
Sure.
much, but just kind of like our thoughts around the
Yeah.
idea and bringing forward awareness is something like our podcast really wanted to do.
Yeah.
And so it's so awesome to finally see kind of these public figures talking about it on the news
Yeah.
and letting people know kind of about the issues that our society is having around health and wellness and food.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think Casey and Calley Means, my mom absolutely loves them. And I listened to their podcast with Tucker Carlson,
Yep.
and it was amazing and just
Yeah.
eye-opening and shocking. And you just wouldn't believe the things that you hear. So go listen to that if you're
Yes.
listening
Highly
to this.
recommend. They also wrote a book
Yeah.
called Good Energy. Would totally recommend reading.
Yeah.
I'm about 3/4 of the way through. And it is, I mean, just the way that your whole body works together, whether you're talking about eating or sleeping or getting sunlight, the way doctors are approaching these issues. I mean, I've loved it. Loved getting to learn like the science behind all of it.
Yeah, it's super cool. What's been your biggest takeaway from the book?
I would say the way that the like pharmaceutical industry has just the power that they have.
Yeah.
It infuriates me and I'm
Yeah.
trying to hold myself back.
No,
But
it's true.
the way that the pharmaceutical industry and our medical doctors get paid to prescribe medication or to put out these vaccines when we should be looking at the root cause of it. And I
Yeah.
think that's the biggest takeaway that I've had is how she goes into the complete science and the cellular level behind just like the root causes. And when you see like a symptom that you're having, rather than putting a prescription over it, like, why is that happening?
Right.
And I think the way that you live your life and like, I mean, you're a total testament to, or like your mom with her cancer,
Sure.
with the way that you're eating and the working out, the sleeping, the getting the natural sunlight. I mean, it can transform your life. And
Yeah.
so I think that's just been my biggest takeaway so far.
Absolutely. I think treating the root cause instead of the symptoms
So
is
true.
so good. Like,
Huge.
I don't know why we don't start there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited about RFK.
hmm
I think a lot of the stuff he says is really good. I don't know a ton about his vaccine policies and stuff
Yeah.
like that. I don't wanna, I'm not giving a complete endorsement, but I do really love the conversations he's starting.
Mhm.
For example, this.
Correct.
I think it's awesome to have him, in the office, and
Yeah. Very well
we'll see
said.
what happens. Like,
Yeah.
we'll learn
Mhm.
if nothing else. So.
Yeah, very well said. I think starting off just with like the red food dyes, red
Yeah.
food dye 40 was just a really great thing to kickstart. And so we'll see what else he does.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm intrigued too to see long term how like if chronic illnesses end up going down by the changes that are being made over the next couple of years, because there's been such a spike in them recently that I really think a lot of the things that he's implementing could kind of start to reverse some of those for like our children one day and like future generations more.
Yeah. And I think starting the conversation, I'm having a lot more people come up to me and a lot more of like the conversation
sure.
that we had last year. I think one of the reasons it stuck with me is because it was one of those first conversations that we had with someone on like, wow, you're living the life similar to the way we were. And
Yeah.
it was like it's different. It's
Yeah.
one of a kind. And now I'm starting to hear more conversations. People are like, oh, these seed oils are bad, or like
Yeah.
Yeah.
the wheat that I'm
So
eating in
true.
this, like there's just conversations happening now.
Right.
And I think we were just ahead of the curve and I'm loving it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
No,
It's
it's
very
fair.
true.
So awesome.
If you had to take one step today toward better health today, what is a piece of advice you would have for someone, like where they should start?
I'm gonna give two.
Okay.
I'd say one, cook more meals at home,
Mm.
Yeah.
and have fun with it. You can do a bunch of different stuff. I love to cook. Probably cook 90% of my meals during the week.
Yeah.
And it's just a good practice and something that you should know how to do. I think it's relatively therapeutic too. But starting with whole foods is amazing. And don't complicate it. Like if you like hamburgers, make some hamburgers, or if you like, whatever the food is that might have been traditionally characterized as unhealthy, start by making it at home and use whole foods, and I guarantee it's not as healthy as people have made it out to be.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good place to start. Like, do what you like. Don't eat a salad every night.
Yeah.
Just like,
Yeah,
eat good
so
food and
true.
cook it and learn a good skill that's gonna, treat you well in life. Um, as far as piece of advice, I'd say, and I love saying this, my friends make fun of me for saying it, but don't let perfect be the enemy of good.
Mm.
I think people can get caught up in making kind of this 180 shift where they're like, all right, oh, that has
100%.
sugar. Like seed oils, oh, we can't go to that restaurant. I think that's unhealthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think health is holistic. I don't think it's, a certain fact sheet or a nutrition label. I think going out for a good meal at Joe T's with your friends and having some margaritas, like that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
healthy. It's good for the soul.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I think not letting perfect be the enemy is good. Not letting perfect be the enemy of good is a good place to start.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like for example, ground beef. Like I don't get all my beef grass-fed, grass-finished. Just
Yeah.
sometimes it's too expensive. And Costco is a good deal for ones that's
Yeah.
grass-fed, maybe not finished. So just get it and start there. I think that's a good
Yeah.
word.
That's great advice. We talk all the time about like 80/20 and
Yeah.
living like 80% of our
Yes.
lifestyle, like to benefit our health and in the way that we do it. But the 20%, like we are going to go get drinks with our friends and
Right.
like we are going to go out to that restaurant or just like it just makes your mental health better too, not having to stress
Yeah.
about the 100% all the time.
Absolutely.
Completely. I love it. That was a
Yeah.
great way to wrap up the episode. And we are so appreciative for you coming on
Of
today.
course.
It was so
Yeah.
much fun having this conversation, and we really appreciate you and everything you're doing with your life. It's so awesome.
Thank
Incredible.
you. Yeah, I love the podcast. It's
Thank
awesome.
you.
Seriously, it's such a good thing that needs to be talked about. So
Thanks.
Well,
keep it
thank
up.
you.
Thank you. Well, thanks so much for listening, guys. And we'll talk to you again in 2 weeks.
Bye.
Bye.